Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, doing a party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Pajama Party, another Friday night in the city. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel. Ketel, you out there?
Hello. Yes, I am.
All
How
right.
you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. And Redwine?
Done fine.
All right. And this is the Pajama Party. I guess we had to apologize for last week for we had a technical difficulty that wasn't airing our show for some reason, but got the kinks out on that, and hopefully we can get back into a trend. Now that one of the holidays is over with, we can move on and keep it moving. Ketel, you got a lineup of what we got going on tonight, perhaps?
Sure. I got you, Papa. I got you. So how's everybody tonight?
Good.
Hanging in there.
Thirsty.
Okay. I bet. We're gonna have a tasty cocktail of the week. I gotta pull that one up. Okay. Well, tonight we got hot topics, of course, our usual. We have some interesting hot topics. China sets up world's largest cloning lab. First officer in Freddie Gray murder goes on trial. The latest terror threat in California. Our hidden and quitted headlines. Number of police officers charged with murder or manslaughter tripled this year. NFL officials suspended. And also the E. coli scare spreads even further. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? We got a weird news, of course. Man arrested for trying to snort coke during traffic stop? Really? Connecticut blames squirrels for Christmas tree malfunction. And officials still unsure of what caused cat urine smell in town. I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city with Papa, of course. My Hollywood wrap-up, cocktail of the week, our kisser list, and always the last word. So sit back, relax, have your favorite cocktail, and we'll be right back.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
And we're back. It's Friday night on the Pajama Party Show. You know the rules. PJs only. No clothes allowed. This is Redwine. I am here with Poppa DD.
What's going on?
And Ketel's on assignment in the North Pole. How you doing, Ketel?
I'm doing fine. It's a little chilly here, but it's all good.
Okay. All right.
To the North Pole?
She's up there helping
Papa,
the elves. They
Pole.
packaging. Aren't you all packaging toys or something tonight?
Yep, getting ready for Santa. Yep. You got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a good citizen.
Mm-hmm.
It's too cold up there for me, though. No,
I know
need
that's
sunshine.
Right.
I can't do it.
I bet you do.
All right.
I bet you do. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, let's see. You want to get these hot topics?
Yeah, I got the first one tonight. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. The headlines. China aims to become the first country to clone humans by building the world's largest animal cloning factory. What kind of shiggity is that?
They trying to
The
be
story
first.
goes, I guess so. China is on its way to becoming the first country to clone humans by building the world's largest animal cloning factory, according to reports emerging in its state media. The factory, which is being built in China's northeastern part of Zhejiang, is a joint venture between Chinese biotechnology firm BioLife and the South Korean company SOAM. Set to become operational by early next year, the facility will be the largest animal cloning factory in the world when completed. It's going to be completed by 2020. The Chinese scientist responsible for leading the project is Chief Executive Yu Xingchun, says the country already has the technology to clone humans, but is restraining itself from doing so for fears of a public backlash. You think so?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about that? That sounds kind of crazy.
That sounds like some more of that Frankenfish stuff when they were cloning that salmon, and people were calling it Frankenfish, like Frankenstein.
Mhm.
It sounds like they're taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy cloning humans. I mean, that's kind of scary. I mean, I guess we've already started doing it when we did the test tube babies back in the was it 70s or 80s? So I guess it's about the same.
But I guess that's
so?
a different technology. I think when they what was that they did with the sheep when they were cloning something with Dolly the sheep? It was like
it was cloning.
Yeah, but they were cloning an organ. They weren't cloning like an entire being.
You
know,
sure?
if they're ready to clone people now, I think we need to all be very afraid.
I agree. I agree. Because you may turn around and look out your peripheral vision and be like, okay, that wasn't me. That's not a mirror. That can't be me. You know, you're right. It's kind of scary.
And this is in China.
And, yeah, and they also said, well, go ahead, Papa.
Doesn't China have a restriction where they only can have one child or something based on population or something like that?
That's what
they just
thought.
recently
And
they
then
just recently relaxed that restriction.
They relaxed that restriction. Now you can have 2 children or something. I mean, because the population is so crazy over there, and now they're trying to build kids. I mean, it's just crazy. It's gonna be a mess.
But it also goes on to say, as China is also looking at the possibilities of bringing certain species back from extinction.
Oh boy, sounds like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, one project which aims to bring back the woolly mammoth, or holly mammoth, however you pronounce it, woolly mammoth, back from extinction by cloning cells preserved. Thousands of years in the Siberian.
But even though Jurassic Park was science fiction, it was based in some degree on science. And if we didn't learn anything from that, we learned that never works out well.
Yeah. I mean,
start bringing back stuff that was extinct. It was extinct for a reason. I'm just saying.
Right. I agree. I agree with what you're saying. It's crazy. So, I don't know. We just have to keep watching and see what goes on with China. It seems like China want to be the first of everything, but I don't know.
It seems like China needs something to do. I mean, I think they got a lot of time in there. You know, I mean, there's so much stuff going on in the world today, and I don't know. I'm gonna speak later on about the unification of people in my living for the city, and it's going to really cover all that. You know, we can't go on and try to tangle ISIS or other things unless we unify ourselves and unify this world, because who are we to put up our hands to try to fight any battles when we have no unification amongst ourselves? So it's very interesting. China needs to get off that trip.
Pump your brakes, China.
Yeah, I think so. it's like they're going to be put in a whole different category. And, you know, I don't know how the country is going to look at them, you know, being the first of doing something and open up technology or just, you know, effing up things. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm kind of in the middle on that.
Well, when Dr. Frankenstein created that monster, you see what happened. The people in the town got together scared to death, and they said, storm the castle. Kill the beast. Kill the beast.
Oh, boy. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. It should be interesting. So we'll keep watching it, though. We'll keep watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't want to be cloned. One of me is unique.
In other news, let's keep it moving.
I'm just saying.
What you got?
Let's come back to the United States here. In other news and hot topics, the first officer in the Freddie Gray trial will go on trial for murder. A majority black jury will ultimately decide if William Porter, who was the first of, was it 8, 7, 8?
6, I believe.
6?
I think it's 6 of them.
We'll set the tone for the other 5, 6, yeah. Like I said, a majority black jury, that's no surprise, being up in Baltimore, will ultimately decide if William Porter, one of the police officers charged in the Freddie Gray murder, as they call it, can be found guilty of the 25-year-old Freddie Gray situation where this man wasn't strapped in and he was just thrown in the back. Just my video, in my opinion, that man had some type of spinal injury prior to getting in the truck. And, you know, I mean, a lot of people have to realize that, you know, when the police apprehends you, you know, we're all just human. Our backbone is what it is. It's a back and it's a bone. And once you put a knee down there based on something you may have learned in different camps or drills or training or what have you, you know, there's a certain way to do things. And sometimes people mess up with anything in life. And instead of people fessing up and just literally apologizing sometime, I've always heard that when it comes to relationships in life, that when people get into a controversial situation, if you just say, I'm sorry, you know, to your significant other or mate or what have you, sometimes that'll knock down some of the sting of the situation. But sometimes pride allows people not to call or not to respond, not to apologize, and the relationship goes kaput. And now with people trying to cover up, even on this situation here, you know, but court officials announced Wednesday that 8 black and 4 white jurors will decide the fate for Porter. It looks like they have that jury in order. And they're going to get that underway. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be something where it's a town that's got a close watch on it, but it's really sad that some of the officers that we think should go on trial as well get away with things, and it just seems like we never can get it right when it comes to justice throughout our particular race and region. So we're going to keep a strong watchful eye out on that particular case. And as you know, they already awarded the family, was it $5-6 million for $4.6 million, was already awarded to the family, and I believe that the mother is having health problems and things like this. And
yeah, I think I did hear that a while
ago.
ago.
And you really can't, you know, when you give a lump sum of money to people like that, you know, they never had, you know, sometimes that could be pretty volatile within itself. You know, I think that was one of the factors that people were speaking on when it came to the young lady's family, Jennifer Hudson, in Chicago area with that situation, with her being very successful. You know, it seemed like the family dynamic started changing before the eyes, and some people don't want to leave their immediate communities. And when you send money to your relatives that are still in the low-lying communities, and all of a sudden all this money is being flared up in an area where you have a lot of, you know, walking zombies, so to speak. Some of these cities just have people just zombied around, walking around like, you know, they just, who knows. So, it's getting to a point where, it's just confusion on all four sides today.
Well, I did hear some of the evidence in that trial today for Freddie Gray and that officer.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the injury sustained to his neck and spinal cord was similar to if a person had jumped into a swimming pool that contained no water.
Mm.
So imagine, what kind of injury you would get jumping into like the deep end of a pool with no water in it. That's the type of injury he sustained. They said it was really rough. Having to listen to the testimony and all, it was a lot.
Yeah, well, the assumption of people, sometimes we throw the basic things out the window when it comes to just helping somebody. We think that, and a lot of these crimes are just two-bit crimes too. It seems like people go to work, some of these police officers, and they run around the neighborhood like they run around a big playground. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they're arresting people based on all this petty stuff going on, but nobody's really stepping up and handling some of the major entities going on in the world or some of the situations that are really important. And they're just rounding up the same old people and putting records on people that don't even have jobs. You're going to spend 4 or 5 hours on somebody that's not even working. And, there's so much going on.
Freddie Gray asked for help.
Yeah, apparently.
Before it got to the critical point, and all 6 of those officers ignored him, basically. Yeah, because they were all stuck up in the normal apropos situation of how to handle the inner city blues, so to speak, right. And and when this turned ugly, because there's only one, you only get one time to die, and once this gentleman lost his life, now everybody's wondering like, wow, well, so. Well, they're anticipating that this first officer who's on trial is going to testify against at least 2 of the other officers. Yeah, they're looking, they're the individual situation on it. But it seems like it'll take so long because to do 6 people like that individually is going to be a long time. I mean, this could go well into next year. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, next year is here. No, I'm saying well into next year. Mm-hmm. It may be spring before they finally finish all of those, all of the trials. Mm-hmm.
Well, I see the guy's name is William Porter, and it looks like they said they wanted this high-profile trial to go to another city. But but that was they denied that juncture. Mm-hmm. Probably because another city doesn't want it. I mean, who wants? Probably so. I don't think Arundel Mills, what's it called, Arundel Mills, where the live casino is. They don't want it because usually in most cases they send it to some little Simi Valley type place, that's already. But a lot of people ain't going for that today. They're like, don't bring that stuff here. Well, they might have been looking at other locations because they thought they couldn't get a jury, but they finally got a jury together. Mm-hmm. Well, his defense is saying that. Go ahead, Papa. I'm sorry.
I mean, people are concerned about getting this going. I mean, I think that the awakening of this is because people are beginning to see themselves. For a 25-year-old gentleman to have a demise of such. A lot of people are trying to figure out what's going to happen with this and where is it going forward. But, we're definitely going to. What was you saying there, Ketel?
I was saying the defense has argued that it will be impossible to find an impartial jury in Baltimore because of the media scrutiny, riots, and demonstrations of the city of his deaths. But like you said, again, I don't think any city really wants it. And everybody, to me, across the world has seen, visually what happened. I mean, it's almost like Rodney King, Everybody across the world saw that. So,
that's true.
It has to be tried somewhere. Yeah, it's just sad that this gentleman had to die from these 6 officers. I think out of 6, at least 3 to 4 of them are going to be found guilty. 2 may get off, but they figured, okay, well, let's get 3 or 4 of them, and the other 2 are just going to be, let off.
Yeah. Well, the whole world will be watching.
Yes, for sure. So we'll keep everybody up to date. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we will. And speaking of sad news, I guess everyone has seen all of the craziness that went on in San Bernardino this week in California. That mass shooting where 14 people were killed, and there's been at least about 20 or 21 other people that were injured. And this story is like evolving by the minute. Every time, if I wait a couple of hours or so and look at the news again, they've got more information. So the latest story that I have is that now the FBI has finally said this is an act of terrorism. They were going back and forth on whether it was terrorism or not.
Wow.
Yeah, well, now they finally declared it. And this is following the revelation that Malik, who was the female of the shooters, had pledged alliance to the Islamic State group via Facebook, of all places. She was the wife of the second shooter, Syed Farouk, and she announced, like I said, her loyalty on Facebook. And now they're saying that this is the worst shooting in the U.S. since the Sandy Hook school massacre.
Wow.
And we all remember how bad that one was. So as of now, no other suspects have been arrested, but there's speculation that the investigation may lead to other accomplices who might have helped them or helped them get guns, etc. So basically, they came into this center at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. It was a social service center, and they opened fire. Now, they had been there, or at least he had been there prior to, had conversations with a couple of people. They're saying that he might have had a few words, a disagreement of some sort with someone, but after they found all this ammunition and stuff in these people's homes, it looks like that disagreement could have just been a cover.
It was a cover.
Because they found crushed cell phones in a trash can that belonged to them. They found all kind of what are those bombs? Those the smaller handheld bombs. Some more weapons. All kind of ammunition. I mean, it's just crazy. And the story just keeps growing and growing. I mean, it's just been insane. So, of course, you know, now this is just adding to the whole thing as to whether or not they're connected with ISIS. And, you know, how if they were part of a cell, if they were told to do this. And right now they're saying it doesn't look like they're connected to any other terrorism cell, as they call it, that they might have just been acting alone. The gentleman, Syed Farouk, he was single. He left the U.S. He was born and raised in the U.S. He left here, went over to, was it Syria? He went overseas and then came back with his wife, Malik. So his family, as they interviewed the family, was saying that he seemed happier. I did catch that in the interview. Not that he seemed happy. They said, well, he did seem happier after he got married. But, you know, then all of this happened. So now the two of them are dead, and they're still looking for the other suspects. They're saying that the couple sprayed as many as 75 rounds into the room before they flee the center, and that they died at least 4 hours later about 2 miles away during the gun battle with the police. They had more than 1,600 bullets when they were killed that they found on them. Police said they also had 12 pipe bombs and tools to make more explosives and well over 4,500 rounds of ammunition at their home. And they also had a 6-month-old daughter who they had dropped off with relatives on Wednesday before they went to commit this murder. So, I mean, like I said, it gets weirder by the hour.
Yeah.
So our hearts and prayers go out to all of those that lost their lives and their families, to the people that are recovering from the injuries sustained during this massacre. I don't know what to say. You know, this gun situation, it just blows my mind, you know, that gun sales go up every time something like this happens. People just don't seem to get it. They think, oh, they're shooting up another place. Let me go buy another couple of guns. I don't understand how they think that's going to solve anything.
Right. I guess they're just scared. And everybody said, okay, I'm going to get some protection. But they did say this year was the year that a lot of the people that were purchasing guns had to be investigated, or the waiting list, whatever laws they put into place with the guns as far as the time period, the waiting period, that it went in effect, and it was very effective. So I guess maybe it's filtering out the crazies per se, but we'll see.
Well, it must not be too effective because between these two people, they bought some of their guns legally.
Right. Did they purchase it through a third party, or was it just those two that purchased the guns, or does it say?
Well,
it looks like they did both.
If I could chime in on this a little bit, I think, first of all, the undercut of society and guns and things of this nature is just, I often listen to another commentator out there on the radio that always says to, listen with the third ear and see with the third eye. You always have to look at the undercut of things out there and see what's happening with stuff. I think that we as Americans always try to Americanize a story. We're talking about them being married and they had a child, and we're trying to put the American overtone to their particular situation. These people were obviously barbaric, and they slaughtered people all in a gathering like this. When you get people together like that, or this was a Christmas party, and everybody's guard was completely down. And I think that people having a terroristic mind is thinking that, wow, let's, just like they say, people, when you get married in your life or you make a commitment in your life, you're at your most vulnerable point. You're throwing all caution to the wind because you're putting your life in somebody else's hands when you're uniting with somebody in some respect, especially the union of marriage. And the same way when people with this gathering here, everybody was completely vulnerable. And America will put the twist on, but there was a little baby involved. Them people didn't give a crap about no baby. When you going to put your baby somewhere and then go shoot other people, the baby could have been a front. You know what I mean? Everything could have been a front. Who said he was married? Who cares whether they were married or not? Who cares about their union? We should be concerned about the people who were killed and all the pain that was caused in that particular situation, and trying to Americanize what we think the casualness is. Just like over in Europe or over in the Iraq War, after we pulled out and left the Iraq soldiers in charge of everything over there. And when we left tanks and trucks and equipment and ammunition and guns. And as soon as the opposition showed up in Iraq to challenge the people that we allegedly trained, they dropped the guns and ran and left millions of equipment that we took over there for the war, so to speak. And now we're being bombed by our own ammunition over there, for one. So, I mean, you have to look at the undercut and the underbelly of the whole situation. These people were a complete, terrorist situation that had a purpose and a plan. And we need to really stop all the milk and honey stuff that we're giving them as far as, they went overseas, they were married, had a child. I mean, this guy, they were fronting the game until they had an opportunity. And they took advantage of it, which is so, so sad. And now we should worry about the dearly departed and focus on what we can do to keep a better eye on things and keep things in perspective instead of trying to analyze who they are, where they came from. Because to have all that ammunition and stuff, them people didn't mean nobody no good. And they said also UPS was at their door. Did you hear how UPS was dropping off stuff at their door? Constantly. Yeah, they were getting like 10, 12 packages a day, UPS. So the underbelly of what's happening in this world, I mean, if UPS is coming to your house, I know Redwine, I know you got UPS dropping, you got the whole QVCHSA thing going
Whatever.
on. But, I'm just saying, when UPS is dropping off stuff 10, 12 times a day somewhere, we have to put our speculation on. And like I said, like I'm going to speak on earlier about unification of people, because as black people, and I won't even use that lame term African Americans, as black people, we've been watched on everything we do. I mean, I could kneel down in a train station and tie my shoes and look up and people looking at me, what's he doing? Was he tying his shoe? And, wow, what's he doing? I mean, I'm watched all day when I go out in society, so we need to be more mindful of everything and not just a certain group of people, if you know what I mean. So,
well, I just want to add to that. What I thought was really odd is that today there was this whole big thing that reporters from MSNBC, and I'm not sure if it was CNN, but it was another group of journalists. They were in the two shooters' apartment, rifling through their stuff. They were showing their driver's licenses on camera, showing the license of one of their mothers on camera, pictures, and all kind of stuff. And people were trying to understand, like, why are these reporters all up in there? Isn't this still an active crime investigation? So there was a question as to, did the landlord let them in? Did they bum rush the landlord? Does the FBI know they're there? You all are tainting a crime scene.
Money talks also, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying, they did it live on the air. So it wasn't like they edited this and then put it on the air. They went in there live on the air and had their cameras all in there going through these people's personal effects and whatever they could find in the two shooters' apartment. And that's not normally what's done.
Yeah, but that's not. These aren't normal people either. So
but I'm saying it's an active crime scene.
Yeah, but we got to stop Americanizing the situation.
I'm not talking about Americanizing. I'm saying an active crime scene. Why would you have a group of people walking around touching and grabbing stuff, putting fingerprints and everything everywhere?
Well, the crime
that makes no
scene
sense.
is where the act of murders was committed, as far as I'm concerned.
But they were finding all the ammunition and all that other stuff in their home. It just seemed really out of place that they were in there with cameras doing this live on the air.
They took a fine time to find that ammunition. I think they're a day late, $1 short on that. What did you say, Ketel?
But apparently the investigation of their home must have been over, because I'm looking at something live on the Internet now. It says the landlord invites media into killer's home.
No, after getting his palm greased, I'm sure somebody laid some dollars.
Right.
Either way.
It's just like what you said, yeah. Why would the landlord let these, media people in there? Like you said, if they're not getting their palms greased. I agree with you, Papa. Because it's about 20 people in his apartment. And they're just going just radically around the apartment, just talking about, I'm like, really? Do we want to see this? I mean...
And plus, he was born in America, and he was at that job for a few years. And the American dream, in some respect, is home ownership. So these people were renting for a reason. When they were renting, meaning they wasn't planning to stay there, but so long. Everything was probably led up to something, and they finally found the biggest grouping or biggest affair of people where they in the most vulnerability, as I said, in order to get things in perspective, and it's really, really sad. So we're gonna take a small break here, Ketel.
Yeah, that sounds good. We gotta regroup ourselves here. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Pajama Party. We're here every Friday night. You can call in with your comments or views at 914-803-4306. If you're already listening, just press 1 and you'll show up in our queue, and you can come on with your opinion on what's happened. Don't just let us carry on. You're welcome to join the conversation.
Come on and carry on with us.
Yeah, you can talk about this or anything you want to talk about.
Yeah, you can get with this or you can get with that.
That's right. The rules is that there's no rules.
Look, are you in or are you out? Are you in or are you out?
Make up your mind, and we'll be right back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines.
Hey, this is Ketel with the yellow top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306, or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Redwine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WPJP, Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
All right, we're back at the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel. You still out there, Ketel?
Hello. Yes, I am. Hello.
Ketel's out on assignment. She's in, where?
North Pole.
North Pole?
Trying to get these gifts together for Santa.
Okay. And And Redwine is here with me.
Bonsoir.
Yeah.
I'm cracking the whip. Keep him in line, Ketel.
All right,
well, we hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, which is still an American holiday. Thank goodness, something we can still agree on and stay unified with. That is one of the things that haven't been taken from us through the years.
Well, no. Yeah.
And I had a pretty good time myself, and
I had too much food. I'm still eating on some turkey.
All right. You got till the Sunday of the following. After Sunday, you got to get rid of it.
All right, then. All right.
All right. Well, let's move on with the hit it and quit it headlines. Poppa DD, you're up first.
Let's see here.
What you got there?
I got the number of U.S. police officers charged with murder or manslaughter for on-duty shootings has tripled this year. Okay, a sharp increase that at least one expert said could be the result of more video evidence. All right, in the past, the annual average was fewer than 5 officers charged. In the final weeks of 2015, that number had gone up to 15, climbed up to between 10 and 15 due to video incidents. I mean, this comes into play, whereas, over the last year and a half or two, it's just been foolish out there. It's just been, I can't, it's like I said before, we need to definitely listen with the third ear and look with the third eye. We got to stop looking at stuff so hyper extended, where we throw our emotions in and we lose the truth, or we lose the aspect of what's really going on. The whole. I once spoke, and Redwine can attest to this, where I spoke a few weeks ago about how different hardened criminals that are captured. Like the gentleman that killed the people in South Carolina at the church. As well as other people. At the gentleman, I don't know why I'm calling these people gentlemen.
I don't know.
Yeah, forgive me.
The Beast. The
Beast that took out the people at the Planned Parenthood.
Right.
All these people were apprehended. Apprehended meaning apprehended and put handcuffs on and taken into custody as far as being under arrest. But
so you
have
they were taken alive.
Taken alive. Right.
Okay.
And you have black assailants that didn't even have a weapon. And the people that were taken alive just got done allegedly killing people. And other people being killed at traffic stops and getting pulled over for whatever. I mean, speculation of people, it really goes back to let he without sin cast the first stone. You know what I mean? When you pull somebody over, and like the gentleman in South Carolina, they got out of the car and started running. I think he was running basically because of a child support situation.
I believe
so. Something of that nature. I think that was the main catalyst of that particular situation. Now, his mindset was on a whole nother situation, and he probably thought that the cop was going to maybe chase him and tackle him and bring him down. I mean, but all of a sudden the cop just stopped and just fired bullets at him. You just started killing him on national TV, and it was shown every 5 minutes. And that's another aspect too, is that when the people of color are killed, this video is being shown, and then you got. I watched a young lady on CNN, an anchor woman, saying, "Okay, we're gonna show that video of him being shot, boom, boom, over and over again. This man's being shot. Now, what does his family think as far as this man being shown getting shot? But when the female reporter and her cameraman that was killed, I don't know if you remember that particular incident, where the gentleman, the man is ambushed the reporter and her cameraman on live TV. If you didn't catch it on live TV, you didn't catch it. I mean, because it goes across the board that we're not going to show these particular people being killed on the air. But it seems like when it comes to our black men, they're showing the bullets going to these people 5 times a segment. You know, they sit there with these experts. Well, this is expert. He wrote the book on how to kill a Negro, and we have John Doubledahl. He wrote a book on killing a Negro a day, keep a doctor away. And these talking heads get on here, and as they talk, the CNN or whatever commentary shows this video over, and well, here he is getting out of the car and starting to run. We're trying to figure out why is he actually running. Now, here's the police officer shooting him, and they're showing it over and over again, somebody's brother or cousin, father, child getting shot over and over and over again. And some people get a pass from being shown getting killed in cold blood, and some people they just show over, mostly our people, are shown getting shot on these little segments of these different shows over and over again. I just can't understand how when they say Black Lives Matter, I mean, it's so evident around the world the things that happen. You know, there's no regard of anything like we're news. You know, is watching somebody getting shot. As far as that particular society is concerned, it's almost like watching Michael Jordan or LeBron James take a dunk of basketball. You know, people just get entertained. They're so used to the whole Sammy and the Sammy Davis Jr. and the Step and Fetch It, and they just want to be entertained by black folks no matter what it takes, and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing how they
I think that's how we become desensitized to all of this type of violence, because you see it so much. It becomes so commonplace that it's no longer shocking.
Yeah, but it's not commonplace, and we cannot sit back on our morals.
But I'm saying that when you continue to see this stuff on television, like you see it so much over and over and over, people become less upset about it.
Yeah, but the
sensitivity to it decreases, and then that's a problem, because then people start feeling like, oh yeah, that was that dude that got shot.
Yeah.
You know, people want to put music to it and do all kind of stupid stuff because they don't really understand the impact and the importance of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. It's sad and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, but
you know what? It's.
Go ahead, Ketel.
I was going to say, it's almost like the scenario with the Boys in the Hood. Remember when the two characters were sitting on the front stoop, and you know you hear sirens and you hear the helicopters and everything? They just like, okay, another one bites the dust. You know, they just numb to it, like you said, Redwine. You know, it's just something that just continuously goes on, and they're used to it. So after a while, you do get immune to it.
But that numbness is going to come full circle, you know, because we're all really, you know, whether we forgot it or not, we're all one nation under God. And I think that the unification of people, what I'm going to talk about later, is going to really shock people, because in order for us to step up and fight any type of opposition in this world, we have to first unify ourselves. And I think that's one thing we don't understand. There's two things in life we have to understand. We're not going to live forever, and we're all in this together. Let me say it again. We're not going to live forever, and we're all in this together. And if you think that you got some kind of individual life going on because you're in some well-to-do neighborhood and you're immune to what's happening, that's a bunch of crap.
Well, if China gets that cloning thing figured out, I'm going to live forever. I'm going to tell them to make about 2,000 of me. Okay. And I'm going to just keep it going. Keep it going.
I heard that.
I am the wicked.
Watch out there.
Yeah.
He's a wagum.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
All right, so Ketel, what's going on with the NFL officials?
Wow. It's quite a bit going on. NFL pulls officiating crew from SNF. That's the San Francisco game at the Airfield game. It's an NFL official, Pete Morelli, and his crew have been pulled from Sunday night's game between the Colts and the Steelers due to several errors they made during the Cardinals' win over 49ers last week. It says a number of questionable calls from Sunday have resulted in intense criticism from Arizona and San Francisco. The most controversial call came in the fourth quarter when the Niners defensive linebacker Quentin Dow was called for roughing the passer in a 13-13 game on 2nd and 10 from the Arizona 32-yard line. They said Dow's helmet made contact with Palmer's chin, but it looked very mild. So instead of facing 3rd and 18 from their own 24, the Cardinals were awarded a first down at midfield. They went on to score a touchdown and win the game. So, calls like that, is just getting out of hand. They also said even more embarrassing than the roughing the passer call was when Morelli's crew lost track of what down it was in the first quarter.
Wow.
It says, Palmer completed a 4-yard pass to Fitzgerald on 3rd and 4, and the Cardinals rushed to the line to snap the ball because they felt they had gotten a favorable spot. So they took advantage of what the, official had done and just rushed the play. I'm like, wow. It sounds like some hanky-panky to me. Yep. And lastly, it says the disturbing part is that this is becoming a trend for games for this official Morelli. He was the crew chief during the Steelers-Chargers game last month when he had that incredibly bizarre incident with the game clock. It said at 10-week, Morelli's crew missed a penalty on a field goal attempt that literally lost the Ravens a win. So, I mean, these are some crucial games that his crew was messing up, him and his crew. So, either this top official is special or he's doing some hanky-panky as far as money-wise. What you think, Papa?
Yeah, you're right. That was the second issue you said is very, very prevalent because if you're betting on football and you have a hand in it, you could be one up on it. And a lot of people try to keep it close or keep it, but after a while, things slip up. After a while, too much of anything ain't good for you. So he's probably losing his little edge, and it's a mess.
Right. Instead of small little incidents, he may, kind of curve a little bit. I mean, it's just starting to get blatant. I mean, sound like the whole crew is involved.
Exactly.
But, so we just got to watch him. The official's name is Pete Morelli. So if you see Pete Morelli officiating your game, you better watch out.
Don't bet on that game, huh?
I know that's right. Or look, you better bet the opposite team.
Yeah, really.
Your team may not win. But that should be interesting. So we'll keep up posted on that.
Okay.
Also, I got one more hit it and quit it. The E. coli scare spreads to Walmart, Starbucks, and Target. I'm like, wow.
Ooh, we can't go anywhere.
I know. They pinned because the first report was it was in Costco's. It was the chicken salad. And so they finally pinpointed that it was the celery in the chicken salad. So they said at least 19 people in 7 states were infected by the E. coli from consuming Costco's rotisserie chicken salad. So Costco announced last month that it had been removed, the chicken salad, from its stores and ceased its production. So they had to put a halt on that. So the products were recalled by the Food and Drug Administration in Arizona, Arkansas, California, quite a bit of states, Oregon, South Dakota, Utah. Sound like all the Midwest states, even Ohio and Georgia. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of states.
I thought I heard today they said something about a case in Maryland.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well,
report.
I think, let me tell you something, if you allow me to chime in on this a little bit.
Go ahead, Papa.
What you know about E. coli?
And let me tell you something. I am the great observer. And I think that we all need to develop a stronger conscious mind of what's going on around us. I think that sometime when you go in stores, it all depends on the leadership of the people who are supervising people. You know, you got to understand that minimum wage and things like that does not put a strong level of motivation under people's ass, so to speak. Okay? So therefore, I think that bosses, for one, need to develop a level of kindness and learn to oversee people as opposed to supervising people. Because, see, supervision and management is a taught art. It's not anything that just falls in your lap. Everybody wasn't designed to be a boss in this world, okay?
True.
And it's usually the most laziest, to be honest with you. Where they picked up the reputation that black people are lazy, please, let me tell you something. Laziness is universal. It's got nothing to do with race, okay? Now, getting back to that, I've been in places where there's no sense of urgency amongst the employees. Now, especially places like CVS and places like this. You know, the one thing to test when it comes to milk is how blown up that particular unit is. See, when milk gets hot, it swells. You know, whether it's in cardboard or plastic. It swells. So when you go to fill a half a gallon of milk and it looks like a Molotov cocktail about to explode, it means that milk has been sitting out, and it's not going to go back down to its natural state too soon. So if you go and pull a half gallon of milk out of the refrigerator area and it looks like a balloon that you're giving somebody for a birthday party, you know what I mean? This milk has been sitting, and that carton has begun to swell because the heat mechanism. You know, let me get deep with some science for a minute, if you allow me to get deep.
Come on, Papa.
I'll take a lot of time. All right.
Don't encourage him.
Anyway,
I'm just trying to understand the correlation. But go ahead, Papa.
See what I do myself. When I buy milk, I like to bring it home and put it in glass. Okay, and it'll last longer and it'll stay better preserved. You know, when milk was delivered back in the day, I don't want to date myself, but when milk was delivered on your steps, it was delivered in glass bottles, because glass bottles conceal freshness.
That was in the 1800s.
Okay.
So you're trying to equate the E. coli with the glass and the plastic, or they just have some contamination.
Well, no, I'm getting back. I'm coming around to that.
Okay,
you know,
come on.
If you leave in Philly, you gotta go through Jersey to get to New York. So give me a chance to get down the road to Pete.
Come on, Papa.
All right, here we go. Now, Pete is here.
Down the road.
You know, plastic is an entity that was brought to us from foreign territory, and then they developed something called recycle. But when you recycle something, you're really not taking out all the impurities of something that was already used. All you're doing is recycling it. You're repurposing it. You're putting it in another perspective. But the purities of it has not been completely extinguished. Plastic is plastic, and it's what it is. It's plastic. It's a reusable item, just like anything else, reusable paper or what have you. The impurities are still there. I mean, they're not as volatile. I mean, they take the time to clean stuff, put it in perspective. But glass is something that could be washed to, when you're washing a plate to make it squeak, squeakle, you know what I mean? You know you got everything off it when it starts to squeak. Well, plastic's never going to squeak, okay? Because it's plastic. And it has layers and layers of impurities that stuff stick to and stay on. So therefore, plastic's never going to be right. So therefore, when it's violated as far as temperature is concerned, that makes it even worse. So, but like I said, I'm not saying it to scare nobody. And you can go with the plastic and have your plastic in there, but you gotta rotate it. You gotta rotate and radiate it, and keep your milk toward the back of the refrigerator so it gets proper temperature. You know, especially if you got young kids open up the refrigerator 9,000 times a day. You know, but like I said, in putting all this back together, milk was initially delivered on our doorsteps in glass because glass preserves. Glass has a stronger seal, and it holds it better. So, to your point there, Ketel, E. coli is because a lot of employees don't have a sense of urgency, and things sit on the cart. They have 9. You ever go in a supermarket that's open 24 hours, go in there around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you see, stuff everywhere? But some of that stuff is bologna and stuff like that people need to put in the refrigerator area. But it's sitting on a little gurney waiting for them to get to it. And they stocking cornflakes And there's the lunch meat, and the rapper is just spoiling. And they go ahead and I'm gonna go out there and smoke this cigarette real quick. When I get back, I got some bologna, I got a stock and some cheese. We need to stock that now. But there's no proper supervision telling people when to stock what. They just pointing 9 gurneys at them saying, stock these 9 gurneys before 7 a.m. instead of advising these young people on what to stock first. You know, like I said, supervision and management is a taught profession. It's not a given. You can't become a manager because your mama was a manager or your skin color rates manager. So, you know.
Because the boss likes you.
Yeah, because your boss is liking you, screwing you, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the schooling. All right, Papa.
Well, you know.
Okay.
Anyway.
I appreciate it. I'm quite sure you're going to get in on your what's popping.
Yeah, I'll beat it up a little bit.
Okay. Well, if anybody got any questions or comments of what Papa talking about or what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1. Or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com and listen to us either live or you can go back on our archives and check us out tomorrow.
All righty.
All right.
Well, we're going to take a TC break, and we're coming back with What's Poppin' with Poppa DD.
All right.
Do you have unruly children? Do they misbehave in school and get bad grades? Are timeouts completely ineffective? Are you scared to spank them because they might have you arrested? What they need is a new school where discipline is number one and education is secondary. What they need is
Whoop That Ass Academy. Here at the Whoop That Ass Academy, we don't have discipline problems. Know why? We're privately owned and we do what we want. And when kids get out of hand, we whoop that ass. Timeout is for football games. When kids want to show off, we don't give them a timeout. We just whoop that ass. We don't make a kid stand in the corner. That's by house plan. When one of our kids gets out of order, we snatch him out of that classroom and whoop that ass. Here at WTA Academy, we make sure they learn the basics of reading and writing, math, and science. But above all else, they learn discipline. This is what will keep your kids out of jail. Make the world a better place. Sometimes you gotta whoop that ass. And we do. Here at WTA Academy, our motto is, we care enough to whoop that ass. They may not read and write too well, but they'll act like they've got sense because we whoop that ass. So bring your kids on down to Whoop That Ass Academy. We'll get them straight.
All right, we're back at the Pajama Party. The Pajama Party is every Friday night affair, unless we got something going on. The rules here is that there are no rules. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. Yeah.
So, what's popping tonight, Poppa DD?
What's popping tonight? Well, let's see here. What's popping tonight will be, let's talk about Barry Bonds, first of all. Barry Bonds is the notorious leader of the home runs in the free world as we know it. But you wouldn't know it because nobody acknowledges it. You know, how do you not honor a person for being a leader of the band, okay? You know, the hating is vicious out there, okay? Some of these racist-ass writers and ESPN analysts who have a vote on the Hall of Fame ballot have completely dissed the brother as far as putting him in the Hall of Fame. Completely dissed him based on, Barry, he's this, and he's that, and he's this, and he's that. You know, here's a person that played baseball in their life. Little strongy little joker with a big old belly. All he's been doing is making, $200,000-$300,000, being a commentator and an analyst for baseball games. He never stood in a batter's box in his life, but he wants to sit back and evaluate somebody. But anyway, with the grace of God, Barry Bonds got a job as a hitting coach for the Florida Marlins, or as known as the Miami Marlins these days. Okay, so thank goodness we'll be able to see Barry Bonds out there again in his field and working and doing what he does best. I always thought the brother was very entertaining watching him. And he was being hated on, too, by Hank Aaron. who was a home run leader at one time, Hank Aaron, started beating up the brother. I'm like, damn, Hank Aaron, black on black crime, Negro? What? What? I mean, you should have seen Hank Aaron. Now, Hank Aaron, he's cool, but he's a Southern boy, with his little step and fetch it personality. I used to like him until he started, beating up on Barry Bonds. I'm like, Negro, please. Okay? Just like Richard Pryor said back in the day, be happy for any nigga doing anything. That's a Richard Pryor joke from years and years ago. But Hank Aaron's out there trying to be, I don't know. Hank Aaron is just, we ain't going to go there. He's a whole other topic altogether. Also, Tiger Woods finally said that he's giving it up because, in my opinion, I think Tiger Woods' wife whacked his ass with that golf club that night, and his back ain't never been the same. Not to mention his head, And I think the main situation on that situation is that Tiger Woods was sleeping with, cocktail waitresses. I mean, this man was a bazillionaire. He should have been sleeping with somebody like Condoleezza Rice or somebody. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He should have been laying with an expensive vagina. This man was laying with, And he had about 5 or 6 at the time. And promising all of them this and that. And he got a fine-ass wife at home. That's what was crazy. And when he met her, she was a nude model. Okay? Now, just go to show you his privileges, which made him feel like he was immune to it. And there again, he's 50% black. His father was a black man, but, Tiger Woods be chasing them gray girls, chasing them gray girls all day long. And, sometimes when it comes to women, you got to chase something that you got experience with or something that's going to, adhere to whatever you're trying to put down. I think you should have went out to the hood myself. He would probably still been married. Anyway, that's just my opinion. We're going to get off that. But if you want to call and comment, 914-803-4306. Also, my main man, Cam Newton. Brother's doing his thing. He got everybody around the NFL doing his little dance and everything. He's 11-0, and the Carolina Panthers are doing their thing. And I don't want to jinx them, and I hope they just go on as far as they can go because I'm so proud of that team because they're doing it. They always been a beautiful run-of-the-mill team, and I like what they're doing. And I'm also so glad that Tom Brady and the New England Patriots finally got their ass beat, and I'm so happy. Because I tell you, that clan there, woo!
That clan.
That clan there, New England Patriots, they remind me of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali won a lot of his fights based on fear and intimidation, with the whole dancing and float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, rumble,
young man,
rumble, young man, rumble. And he intimidated these people. And this is how Belichick and Brady are. They be yelling at their players and yanking them in his throat. This young rookie on the team dropped the ball with the Patriots. And Tom Brady just grabbed a guy by his collar and just was yelling in his face. But that's not limited to Tom Brady because I saw your boy, Redwine, do the same thing.
Oh.
Big Ben.
Oh, no. Big Ben didn't do that.
Yes, he did. There was a young gentleman that missed the ball. Young gentleman missed the ball with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they showed on the sideline where Ben Roethlisberger grabbed the guy by the neck and was yelling at him. Now, who do these rich-ass people think they are?
He was having an encouraging conversation.
You know what? I know that's your boy, but him. Okay? I don't care how big you are in this world or where you stand on your job or what your position is.
No.
You got no right to belittle somebody else.
That was all alleged.
We all came in this world as a little teeny-weeny sperm cell.
Allegedly.
And that's all we are going to be,
is
a little teeny-weeny sperm cell that has grown up. I don't care what kind of money you made, position you had,
but
or whatever.
Not if you're cloned. You are fully grown.
Anyway.
A fully grown clone.
Anyway, and also let's give congratulations to the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football. The end of that game was just crazy. Detroit was winning through the whole game. Detroit was trying to save their season. And at the last play, somebody on the defensive line, they didn't really grab Aaron Rodgers' face mask. They kind of touched it with no time left on the clock, and he was able to throw the ball one more time. They were down by 2 points. They needed, and all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers threw a Hail Mary in the air. And he threw it to another gentleman named Rodgers. Mm-hmm. And this Rodgers, the receiver, is a big dude. That boy jumped up in that end zone with no time left on the clock, and the Hail Mary actually worked. Pulled it down, and Green Bay beat Detroit, and Detroit is out of the playoffs as we know it. So Detroit fans, I apologize, you're out. But anyway, Green Bay won that. So that's my What's Poppin' for tonight. I just wanted to lay a few things on you in the world of sports and things of that nature. And
hey, I know what I'm going to do. I'm sitting on this weird story that I've been waiting to tell you about this one.
Come on.
Okay, here we go. In Newcastle, Pennsylvania environmental officials still cannot explain why residents of this one city thought that part of their town smelled like cat urine last year. This has been an ongoing investigation. They are reporting that the State Department of Environmental Protection report was inconclusive. The department says that it's likely that it was some kind of waste containing methyl oxide mixed with some kind of sulfur compound to create the smell. But the air samples and the testing of the city's sewage treatment plant did not turn up any source of the substances. Methyl oxide is used in paint removers as a solvent and in insect repellents. So the city first contacted Pennsylvania's environmental officials back in October of 2014. That's how long this has been going on. And just so you know where Newcastle is, it's about 45 miles northwest of Pittsburgh, where Big Ben and the Steelers are. So all I can say is that we can only hope that this smell of cat urine, I'm hoping the officials actually ruled out that maybe it was cat urine. I mean, did they ever consider maybe it's a bunch of cats urinating, making the city smell like cat urine? Did they think of that? They busy looking at chemicals, paint solvents, and all that. Maybe it was just what it smelled like. I'm just saying. What you got, Poppa DD? That's my weird news.
My weird news tonight is a man was trying to snort cocaine during a traffic stop. This happened in Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
Which is close to Oregon, where marijuana is completely legal, and everybody doing their thing up there in the what do you call that? The south. What do you call that area up top there?
I don't know. Northwest
corner of the world, where it's always raining and. And knocking boots is a national pastime, what have you. Anyway, Seattle, Washington, Seattle police say a 73-year-old man, peep this here, 73-year-old man was arrested after he tried to snort cocaine during a traffic stop. Okay, the police officer's name was Nick Olson. He stopped a man that was driving a car with the headlights off on Thursday night. Riding down the street, headlights off. It was near Martin Luther King Jr., which is the hood, I'm sure. I never heard Martin Luther King. I've never seen Martin Luther King Jr. in a nice neighborhood. It's crazy.
Oh, boy.
Every city in the world, you on Martin Luther King Jr. Road, you're wiping your damn back. Anyway, my man, Martin Luther King Jr., my main man. Anyway, Thursday night near Martin Luther King Jr. Way in South Michigan Street in Seattle. During the stop, Officer Olson checked the man's license and registration, proof of insurance, and said he startled the man when he returned to the vehicle, causing the man to spill cocaine on his hand and on the floor of the car. He said the man initially tried to blow and brush it away, but the white powder was under his nose, and he denied it was cocaine. He said he was eating vitamins, and the vitamins had white powder. He had the vitamins had white powder, and the cap opened, the caplet kind of thing, and
he
exploded while he was trying to take a vitamin, and exploded near his nose, and and he was arrested for narcotics possession.
He said, "See, officer, what had happened was."
Yeah, man is a functioning 73-year-old cokehead. That
73.
73.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, the man's retired, so God bless him. Leave him alone. Let him go.
Still doing his thing.
Yeah, he might want to wait till he gets home.
Yeah, I guess he couldn't wait.
I guess not.
Connecticut? No, I guess not. Up in Connecticut, city blames squirrels for Christmas tree malfunction. Squirrels are out to ruin Christmas in one Connecticut city. Officials in Norwalk are blaming the critters for chewing through the wires on several strands of light on the Christmas tree outside City Hall. Ken Hughes, Norwalk's superintendent of parks, said that when he tested the lights Monday in advance of Wednesday night's official tree lighting ceremony, only about a quarter lit up. That's when he noticed that a wire near the bottom of the tree had been chewed through. It took someone in a bucket truck more than 3 hours to go up and down the tree to find and replace other chewed wires. And the strands of lights was only $17 each. But officials figure squirrels are to blame because they can climb high enough. So we have yet to hear the squirrel side of the story. So
so they're going to blame it on the squirrels and throw the squirrels under the bus and say the squirrels did it.
There you go. I guess they figured nobody's going to climb that high just to, mess up some lights. But who knows? Folks be sabotaging a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised. So
maybe it was those cheap $17 strands of lights. I'm just saying.
Wow. It could be. Could be. There you go.
Well, if you want to join the conversation, yeah. If you want to join the conversation, give us a call, 914-803-4306, and press 1. And if you're already on the line, press 1. Join the conversation. Give us a comment. Ask a question. Check in. Whatever you want to do. We're going to take a break, and we're coming back with me. And I'm just saying, be right back.
How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama Party. And I'm here to introduce you to two of the segments I have on the Pajama Party. One is called What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, and the other one's called Living for the City. What's Popping is maybe a topic that really popped at me that week about something really going on that's serious. And on Living for the City, I'll talk about stuff that has to do with the inner city, the suburban life, and life as we know it as far as the hood is concerned and everything thereof. Because as War said, the whole world is a ghetto. So we'll talk about all that. So join me, Poppa DD, every Friday for my two segments of What's Poppin' and Living for the City. Yeah, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel. Ketel!
I'm here.
I thought I had to get a scuba diver suit to find you.
She slipped on some ice in the North Pole.
You're in the North Pole?
Hey. Yeah. Packing up these gifts. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ain't that something?
Are you wearing elf shoes?
Yes, I am. How'd you guess?
Those are very unfashionable, but we'll talk later.
And Redwine.
That's why.
And this is the part of the show where we turn the mic over to Redwine for her segment called Living.
No, my segment is called I'm Just Saying.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Give me some elbow room. All right, I'm going to break this one down.
I'm going to go get some ice. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, you go get some ice. So, I'm just saying, The Wiz Live, if you saw it last night, The Wiz Live killed it, literally. That's my topic. Now, The Wiz Live premiered on Thursday night, and it was a spectacular spectacle. From the costumes to the dancing and the singing, it was candy for the eyes and the ears. Amber Riley, all dressed in blue and most known for her role in Glee, was flexing her vocals, singing He's the Wiz and He Lives in Oz. to newcomer Shanice Williams, who gave a beautiful rendition of When I Think of Home. But one scene stealer that had social media going berserk was the unexpected voguing from the citizens of the Emerald City. Bam! I hope you all saw it. If you didn't, you better look for it on demand. We expected to see some of the latest dances like the Nene and Stanky Leg and all that kind of stuff incorporated into this new live event because it had been previously revealed by Tony Award-winning director Kenny Leon. But when Common, who played the Emerald City bouncer, was giving Dorothy and her squad, which included the Scarecrow, I'm not familiar with the gentleman that played the Scarecrow, and Tin Man, who was played by Neo, and the Lion, played by David Allen Greer, when Common gave them a hard time about getting into the Emerald City, we were not ready for what was behind those doors. I'm just saying. Emerald City in the Wiz Live was reimagined as a lush, glowing, green-colored land of fierce, voguing dancers who were serving it up with dance moves while chanting, serve, slay, beat, fierce. It was something to see. And fierce they were. And Stephanie Mills was also in the production. She played Auntie M, and you know she sung her face off. So that was all the good stuff. Now, here's the problem that I had with it. It was the grammar. I couldn't figure out if they were supposed to be in some time period from way back when, but based on how the characters were speaking and the grammar they were using and based on the clothes they had on, it was just quite confusing for me. The people were talking or speaking like a group of uneducated sharecroppers or something like that, but yet they looked like they were in the current modernized time period. So for me, the look and the language were in direct opposition to each other. Now, I'm not saying that their English had to be in perfect syntax or that every noun had to agree with every verb, but it seemed like they went out of their way to make sure that none of them did, and that was disappointing to me. I'm just saying, can't we do better? That type of jacked-up English added nothing to the story, and the production would not have been diminished if they had chosen to say something like, for example, if you were going to say, I don't want to go there anymore, but they chose to say things like, I ain't going to never go there no more. What was that about? I'm trying to understand. It is 2015. If nobody was bent over picking bales of cotton, did we really have to go there? Why couldn't they have just said, I don't want to go there anymore? I don't understand it. It just seems so out of place to me. But, you know, hey, that's just me and my opinion. You can disagree if you want, and that's fine. Maybe some people just gave them a pass for that. But you know what? My name is not some people. I'm Redwine, and I did not appreciate it. Now, Mary J. Blige did a fantastic job as the evil melting witch, but I just wish we could have all felt a brand new day when it came to the script choices that these black people accept. I'm proud of them pulling off an all-black cast, plus the one white dancer that was doing his thing, and applause to him for that. But I found it ironic that people on Twitter were going berserk, talking about, well, and then these were mostly white people saying, well, this was a racist production having an all-black cast for The Wiz. I guess they didn't know that the original production back in the 70s was all black. So this was nothing new or nothing radical. I had to laugh at one tweet that said, to all the angry white people about the black cast for The Wiz, at least you got the commercials. Another person said, if you all are that mad, go watch the all-white version. It's called The Wizard of Oz. So in closing, I'm not saying that The Wiz Live should have been an English lesson. I just wish they didn't have to murder the language on national television, live and in living color. That's all I have to say on that. This is Redwine, and you know what I say. I'm just saying, did we have to go there? Thank you.
Wow. You didn't drop the mic, Redwine.
Hey, if I had an extra, I would. I know some people may not agree with me. I just feel like at some point, shouldn't we elevate this whole process?
I agree.
Why are they talking and speaking like this is some time past where people don't understand how to speak, but yet they look like it's 2015? So I was confused.
Right. I hear you.
Well, just because it's a black cast, it doesn't mean it's a completely black orchestrated situation. And some of the people that may have been on the producing side of it wanted to see that whole step and fetch it thing and keep it brewing, I guess, to balance it out, because they probably knew there'd be a response from Twitter of people putting things down, so they put people back in a Jim Crow light, if you will, to make them seem like they...
Ooh, it's painful.
You know, yeah,
so
to be
painful.
talking so, you know, because in the real, the original Wizard of Oz, I mean, Dorothy was very poised.
Exactly.
Through the whole movie. She wore starch clothes with ruby slippers. Her hair was always done, you know.
And even in the original Broadway production of The Wiz, I don't recall them butchering the English language that way. I saw Stephanie Mills when she played Dorothy in Washington, D.C.
Well, let's just go back to the original.
I don't recall it that way.
Well, let's not even go there. Let's go back to the original, The Wizard of Oz.
Well,
everybody was well-groomed. I mean, as far as like I said, Dorothy was all done up, and even the Scarecrow was done up. Once he started dancing, his outfit was, you know, Tin Man was straight up on stuff. The lion was trimmed. Toto, he didn't need, what was his name, Toto? Was that the name of the dog?
Toto was the dog.
Toto was well groomed. Ain't like he needed to go to PetSmart and get a haircut. He was all groomed up.
But I'm just saying, even back in the 70s, when The Wiz first was done on Broadway, I don't recall them butchering the English language that way. I don't understand. It was almost like their attempt was to make it relevant and modernized and bring it to 2015. And I guess in their attempt to try to make it quote unquote hip, they had to make it almost sound ignorant. And I don't see the relevance. You could have anyway. I'm done.
A heart, a home, a brain, Deneuve.
That's the Wizard of Oz.
I think Papa got his own production going on.
Girl.
I love the way you did that. Anyway, y'all want to take a break, or y'all want to do?
Yeah, let me take a break. I need to go turn the AC on now. This thing got me hot.
All right, we're going to take a small break. Give us a call, 914-803-4306, especially if you saw some of the tweets last night where the people of another persuasion was,
or if you watched the Wiz live,
you know what's so interesting too? Let me just tell you this live before I forget it. Let me peep this here. I can't understand how people could talk about a black cast when I'm sitting here watching sitcoms like Two Broke Girls, Mom, Modern Modern Family, Big Bang Theory. What else out there is Lily White? I mean, it goes
practically all of them.
It goes on and on and on, and that's my segment coming up. I'm gonna beat that up for real. So anyway, we're gonna take a pause.
But let me just chime in for a second. I think it's just the generation of people that are on Twitter and Facebook. It's a younger generation. And they don't know anything about The Wiz, The Wizard of Oz. It was too far back in their generation. So it's like, okay, why is there all black cast of this particular production, and I know it should be a white cast? Do your homework, okay?
Yeah.
They just don't do their homework, that's all.
But the kids don't care. The kids just want to be entertained, you know?
That's all.
You put somebody 5 or 6 years old in front of the TV that night watching that, they're just being entertained. They're not looking at what color somebody is. So it's really sad that people are, you know, that's such a good segue. We'll take a break and we'll get right back.
Okay, we'll be right back.
So I was looking over the Cocktail of the Week archives, and we've had so many really great drinks over the past year and a half.
We've had our original signature drink called the Pajama Party, and a game changer, and of course we have the last word.
I like the Revolution. It was Hennessy, lemon and lime juice, agave juice, and bitters with jalapeno slices.
Woo-wee!
I like that Crown Royal Flush with the Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice. Oh, yeah. And one of my favorites was the, wait a minute, what's it called? The Dutch Mule. Yeah, the Dutch Mule with the Ketel orange vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer. There are so many to choose from on the apajamaparty.com website.
So check out the Cocktail of the Week archives to get the recipes.
And you can find out how to make the cocktail of the week and sip along with us. Are there instructions there too?
Sure they are, along with pictures of the drink so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So what's that y'all got in your glass? This is a boomerang. Well, I got a Kinky Reed over here.
And I got the ABS.
Get the recipes at www.apajamaparty.com and click on Cocktail of the Week. Cheers!
Yeah, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
All right. And Redwine.
Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
I like that gin and juice. I might go get me one.
Hey.
I like Kvasse on the rocks myself, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I got one for you tonight on the cocktail for you. I got one called Lumberjack for you tonight, Papa.
Uh-oh.
Let me pop the cork.
Do I have to wear plaid to drink that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to Poppa DD's segment, Living for the City. What you got for us tonight, Poppa DD?
Pop the cork real quick.
Uh-oh.
Anyway. Okay, what I've been working up to tonight is
Cheers.
Anyway. I think that it's really time to check our American faith. Okay? As we sit up here with all these different incidents going on every day, I think that most of the people of the true minority aspect of the world, when I say minority, I'm not saying that as undergrade. I'm saying that if you want to differentiate us in a particular category, then we're going to stand up for that particular category strong. Okay? I say minority because it's really the majority. But until people tend to realize that, then we'll fake the funk. Sometimes you got to walk smooth. You got to walk up easy. You know what I mean? Don't walk so hard. Don't walk so strong. Because now you can ease up on people, sneak up on people. But anyway, like I said, checking our American faith, because as things go on in the world today, stuff's going to start to close in. Anything that happens in life, things start to close in. If you don't pay your bills, the foreclosure man starts to close in. If you don't pay your car note, the repo man starts to close in. Anything you don't do, stuff starts to close in on your ass. Okay? So let's look at what's going on around the world, different situations with ISIS and things like that. So what we have to realize that we as a people, let's say, we have to start seeing where our American faith is, and we all have to unify ourselves in order to win this battle, because you cannot win any war without proper unification. Talk to the people that was around during World War II. World War II was strictly won on unification. People got together and they were melting down metal. They was storing stuff. They was organized and things like that to win that war, because it got ugly. And after a while, they just had to come together. Because I think that when it comes to racism amongst the black and white, that will trump everything. I don't care how big ISIS gets, how big anything gets. The problem that goes on between white society and black society is heavy as I can't even describe the weight of it. It's brutal. And it goes on every single day, and it's heavy. So there's no way. I think that the oppositions of the world will always win unless white and black learn to unify. And if there's no unification amongst black and white, then it's going to be taken down from internally. We're going to destroy ourselves. Believe me, because that black and white issue has been brewing ever since the days of, marching and everything else going on. Long before Martin Luther King, slavery back in cotton picking days and slavery days. It's been, that's been going on for eons. Slavery and black and white issues have been going on long before. ISIS is new. ISIS is just a group of people that got together and decided to be radical, using U.S. ammunition to bomb us with. So, I don't want to get deep with that. But let me get back on topic at hand. I won't get long-winded with this. But the one thing we have to do is learn to unify ourselves. I was on a train the other day. Let me give you a little incident. I was on a train, getting off the train in the city. The city will remain nameless, but as soon as the door opened, I went in the vestibule to step off the train. Now, the rule of the game on a train is that when a train pulls into the station, especially if it's on a high platform, that the people getting off have the right of way. This gentleman of another persuasion, we won't do color here, but just, look at my code, so to speak. He steps on strong. Looks like he's a CEO of a company, tie and everything. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. I'm trying to get off, and I had 2 bags behind me, and I'm trying to get off. I'm the one that emptied the damn seat that you might sit in. Let me repeat that again. I'm getting off the train because it's my stop, and I'm the one that emptied the seat that your ass might sit in. So let me off this monkey. This man stepped on with authority, looked me in my face, and was not budging. I kind of backed up and gave him the right of way just because I ain't want no shiggity that morning, okay? Because I know as a man of color, when the police came, they was going to collar my ass. And if you don't learn that as you get older, you need to learn it and recognize it. Because, see, for you to act on something or break bad on something, which is a term we came up with, break bad, and then they made a show, Breaking Bad, and claimed that they came up with that shit. But, black folks been saying Breaking Bad for years. Oh, that nigga tried to break bad on me. That's been out since the eon years ago. But anyway, another term, stolen. Anyway, so... I gave this guy the benefit of the doubt, moved out of the way, and let him on the train when I had the right way to get off the train. So I'm just saying that to say, and I'll close up saying the fact that if we don't unify the whole black and white thing, we're doomed. Because the whole black and white thing is the biggest issue in the world. You can talk about ISIS all you want. The shit don't get worse than the whole black and white thing. That's vicious. Because, see, that's undercover these days. It ain't like back in the day, coloreds drink here, whites drink here. This stuff is internal, is breeded deep, and they done taught their grandchildren. Everybody in the world has a problem with black people. Everybody. Everybody, from the youngest Chinaman to the oldest Chinaman. You go anywhere, to a dry cleaner, they look at you like you start complaining. They want to call the cops on you. Everybody fears us to death because we are marked people. It ain't black men, so don't get it twisted, sisters. It's everybody. It's everybody. We all got to help each other to get past this. We have to unify ourselves because if we don't unify, we're doomed. Unification is the key. So let's stick together. Speak to your brothers and sisters when you see them in the street, in the office buildings, on the train. Say hello. Anyway, that's it for Living for the City.
All right. Here goes the mic.
That microphone is coming out of your chest.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
All right, Poppa DD, drop that mic.
I see.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. I didn't think we had any more to drop.
Well, I ordered some more. There goes one of them.
Yeah. UPS just left here a while ago.
Well, like they said, that mic's coming out of his check.
We're gonna take it out of the intern's check.
It's coming out somebody's check.
I know that's right.
Well, let's go ahead and hit that Hollywood wrap up. What's going on tonight, Ketel?
All right. Well, we got a few breakups, a few things going on. First, we're gonna talk about Sandra Bullock. She has adopted another child. Yeah. Oscar winner Sandra Bullock. She's a mom again. African American. Her name is Leela. She's 3.5 years old, and she's from Louisiana.
What?
She was in the foster care system. Yeah, she didn't go overseas this
She got
time.
an American this time.
Yeah, her first child is Lewis. He's 5 now. She adopted him in 2010. So that's great. She said the process of expanding her family began 3 years ago with the son. He helped, I guess, push her to adopt another child. I guess he said, I want another sister or brother.
So she went and got him a sister for real.
For real.
Wow.
You got that right.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
All right, Sandy B. Do your thing, girl.
She's working on that whole unification thing. That's good.
Yeah, she sounds like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Yeah, they're contributing for
sure. They got the Rainbow Coalition. I'm not
Coalition.
Mad.
That's what
I ain't mad at them either. She said she goes on to say, my family is blended and diverse, nutty and loving and understanding. I said, all right. She said, that's my family. That's who we are.
Okay.
All right. We got a few breakups. Yolanda Foster and David Foster.
Really?
This is after 4 years of marriage. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yolanda Foster and her husband, David Foster. He's a songwriter and record producer.
No, he a bad dude.
That's a bad dude.
Amen.
Yeah.
He worked with Whitney Houston and a bunch of people.
He was a co-writer of After Love Is Gone.
Yeah, worked with Earth, Wind and Fire and a lot of folks.
And this is his, I think this is his 4th or 5th marriage.
Wow.
He said it was a fairy tale wedding and everything. It sounds like they're, divorcing but they're mutual friends. It says,
that's what they all say.
Yeah, but they said the couple recently put their Malibu mansion on the market. Yolanda wrote on her Instagram, beautiful ending to a beautiful chapter of our life, alongside a romantic picture of she and David. So, I mean, hey, they sound like they still friends, so.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
So, he's a composer, songwriter, producer. He got 16 Grammy Awards. And from his 4-time marriages, he has 5 daughters. Wow. All right. Look, maybe he'll create his own singing group, huh?
Maybe.
Also, Courtney Cox, actress. She's splitting from Johnny McCade. Johnny McCade, he's a songwriter, musician, and a producer. They met through a mutual friend, which is Ed Sheeran. They met last year. Ed Sheeran introduced them to. They were talking about they were talking about they were getting married, but they decided to split.
I guess that blew up.
Isn't that Cougar woman?
Yeah, she was on that show, Cougar.
Okay.
Right.
She used to be on them.
Well, she dumped the other guy, Arquette, I think. Wasn't she married to him originally?
Yes,
David Arquette?
Yeah, she kicked his ass to the curb, so.
Oh, well.
Nah, honey. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Watch out now. That's all I have on the Hollywood wrap up for the night. Yeah, she did. I'm trying to figure out why. You know why?
I mean, David Arquette always had that kind of little boy look, and maybe she wanted something a little more manly.
She wanted a grown man, maybe.
All right now, I hear you. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep it moving. I got the cocktail of the week tonight. It's called the Lumberjack. See what I'm saying? You might not like this one, Redwine. I think Papa going to like this one.
What you got?
It has 1.5 ounces of Hennessy BS, 0.5 ounce of fresh lemon juice, 0.5 ounces of pure maple syrup, 5 dashes of bitters, and garnish with grated cinnamon. Put that in a rock glass. In a shaker tin, add all liquids and shake with ice. Strain into a rock glass filled with crushed ice and garnish with grated cinnamon. And that's called the Lumberjack.
Wait a minute, what's in it again? Hennessy VS and what else?
Fresh lemon juice, pure maple syrup, a dash of bitters, and grated cinnamon. So it's like a
I think
holiday
I would like
cocktail
that.
drink. Too sweet for you, Papa?
Yeah. I just got some dental work done, and
But it has your Hennessy.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but the rest of that stuff,
It sounds like I would like it. We have to get Mr. Lowe to hook us up.
All right. You might have to alter the drink a little bit. Might just be called Lumber Jed or something. With Papa.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll make sure it goes up on the website under the cocktails of the week, so you can get that recipe there.
Okay.
I think I like that.
All right. Get your plaid shirt ready.
Okay. We're going to take a quick CC break, and we're coming back with the Kiss It list for this week. So don't you move a muscle. We'll be right back.
All right.
This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306. Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also at apajamaparty.com too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing airtime. As usual.
Because I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again. Oh, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right, okay. Right. Either way.
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all together.
7 o'clock if you're in...
okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do the math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time, 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender. Hey.
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe? Hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted.
Oh, jiggle.
Yeah, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
All right. Ketel sounds a little distant. She's out of the North Pole. I don't know. We collecting
She's wrapping gifts for the children.
Yeah, trying to get it ready. Okay. I'll tell you about it when I talk about the last word.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a little bit about it.
You just left. We didn't know where you was going. Ain't like you tell us anything.
Look, if I tell you where I'm going, I had to kill you.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes to 9 Eastern Standard Time, and you wasn't here.
You're up there with Santa Claus's cousin and them, right?
There you go. Okay.
All right. Everybody wants something.
And we're here with Redwine also.
Bonsoir. Okay. Bonsoir. Je suis Ben Rouge. Don't hate. All right, let's hit this Kiss It list. All right, let's run down the list. Poppa DD, what's the Kiss It list?
The Kiss It list is a list that's compiled every week of people who have shown their ass and have done some dumb stuff. You're welcome to call in and give us names of someone that may have pissed you off between last Friday and this Friday. And you're welcome to give their first, middle, and last name if you like. Okay?
And any other identifying information.
That's right. You can give their mother's maiden name.
We will put it all on
and
the
their Social Security number, if you will. It's a list where we name everyone who acted a fool or just some crazy stuff, and we dedicate this segment to them. First of all, we'll start off with the squirrels that chewed up the Christmas lights on the trees. Wasn't that?
Yeah, that was in Connecticut.
In Connecticut.
They blamed the squirrels. It may not have been the squirrels'
Feed
fault.
the squirrels. Give them some nuts, if you will. Come on. Feed the squirrels. Squirrels need to eat too. Anyway.
Well, you know, nuts have been an issue for a lot of things.
Tom Brady for grabbing that young receiver that missed that ball around his neck like he owned his ass. Please. Come on, Tom Brady. Roger Goodell for being a lousy owner. NFL officials for messing up that game, as Ketel spoke about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Carson, open your eyes, brother. Speak a little stronger. Come on, man.
And stop confusing stuff.
I stabbed somebody when I was 12 years old. I hit his belt buckle so he didn't die. But
it's all good.
I'm Ben Carson. Macy's for this crazy commercial saying it's a preview day the day before the sale. What is a preview day? What does that mean anyway? Preview
Who
day?
the hell knows? I don't know. There's some crap they concocted up shit.
Nobody does that but them.
And Donald Trump for just being on the advertising campaign. He's not running for president. He just out there advertising. He's doing free advertisement costs big money, and he's getting advertisement every day for free. He's a businessman. He truly won't be president.
And I want to add the Speaker of the House for trying to grow all that facial hair.
Who? Ron?
What's his name?
What?
Ron?
No, the Speaker of the House.
The new guy with the widow's peak.
With the ears, with the widow's peak.
Ron Perlman. Isn't that the guy?
No, that's not his name.
Just call him Eddie Munster. Just call him Eddie Munster.
His first name is Ron, isn't it?
No, his name is not Ron. It's
Ron Munster.
No, you won't stop. I can't think of his name, but the Speaker of the House. He went and grew a beard, trying to make himself look a little more mature.
What?
He looks kind of crazy.
Yeah, let's put him on it.
And I'm like, you know what, dude? We are not fools.
Yeah, he's not.
You still look like a kid.
He's trying to do that beastly November thing where you grow hair on your face.
Yeah, we're not fools.
Yeah, and let your pubic hairs, whatever. I don't know what that shit's about. Anyway, the Chinese people for trying to clone people. You got 20 million people. You need to make somebody now in a test tube. China, y'all need to get a life, okay? The baseball writers for dissing my man Barry Bonds. But Barry Bonds got a job now as a hitting coach for the Miami Marlins, my man. Let's see here.
And I would like to add, whoever approved the script for the Wiz Live, who put that jacked up English, butchered English, I should say, into the script.
Step and fetch it stuff.
Yeah, all that step and fetch it stuff. I'm going to tell somebody. I mean, really?
I got my wooden leg and I'm going to step to.
Whoever approved that foolishness that thought that would be good.
What?
You were wrong. You were dead wrong.
Come on.
And you're on the Pajama Party Crew list.
Come on.
For that crap.
They should have drove an Escalade up in that joint with spinners on it.
Really? If you were going to go there, you might as well go all the way there.
That's right.
You're going to get up there and do the nay-nay and do the stanky leg and then turn around and talk and speak like y'all are picking cotton somewhere out of roots. Give me a break.
And the officers in the Freddie Gray trial, you killed the man. So, whatever you get, you stand up and face your situation. Because that man is dead and you're not. And if he wasn't apprehended and abused like he was, like a ragamuffin, the man was hurt, and somebody should listen to his cries. And don't act like the fact that this is all over. Black Lives Matter. So, and it pertains to people that are apprehended and arrested as well. He's supposed to be strapped in the back of the paddy wagon. That's the rules of the game. Not thrown on the damn floor like he's a disposal product. And the $5-6 million given to his family is not going to bring back the life of their loved one. So stop getting it twisted, people.
You're dead wrong.
It's about life. It's not about money. Money cannot buy love.
Money is disposable.
Anyway. But anyway, on all that, this song is for you. Everybody on the Kiss It list, we dedicate this.
Wait a minute, 1 second. The Speaker of the House was Paul Ryan.
Thank you, Paul Ryan.
Why did I say Ryan?
With that fake me out beard, trying to look mature and knowledgeable.
Okay, we're gonna spell that with a big ass P and a big ass R.
I am not cool, Paul.
He was the running mate for your boy in the election.
Yeah.
The one that Obama whooped his ass.
Oh yeah. What's his name?
Yeah, the rich guy.
Loser.
The loser.
We just call him the loser. Well,
anyway.
We have something especially for everybody who made our prestigious Kiss It list this week, and here it is.
Kiss my
right.
Woo!
That's how we honor people that did their thing.
Ooh, that was
on the
good.
negative vibe. We're back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir. That was good for me.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Central Time. No, that's 8 o'clock.
Get it straight now.
8 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Mountain Time.
Wait. What is Eastern Time?
9:15 CP time.
No, 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
9 Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. 7 o'clock Mountain, and 6 o'clock on the West Coast.
There you go.
All right.
You got it.
So
go ahead, Poppa DD.
Check us out if you can. We try to inform, keep you abreast of what's going on, keep you entertained. You know, the rules are that there are no rules, and the rules also is that never wear drawers with pajamas. That's just nasty.
That's Poppa DD talking.
See how they isolate me? I'm talking about unification of our people. That's Poppa DD. Put him in a box.
I'm saying, ladies, if you want to wear panties, garters, and stockings, and stilettos with your lingerie, that's fine too.
First of all, I said pajamas.
I'm saying pajamas, lingerie, whatever.
You know what?
Can we get the last word in?
Ketel, when you come back, okay? Because you know what?
I'll be back next week, Papa.
Yeah, don't leave me in the studio with this person here, because she's please.
She got to get the dogs hooked up to the sled and make her way back.
And that perfume.
What's your last word, Papa?
Kill it.
My
red wine. My red wine.
Your red wine? Come on, get it straight now.
Anyway, my last word is unification of people. You know, when you're out in society, anywhere, on a plane, on a train, and you see your people, you'll speak to your people. You know, that's the biggest problem we have. Is we don't say hello to each other. We think we're so bougie that we got this going on. We're all in this together. Ain't nobody in all actuality doing no better than anybody else. We all doing the same thing. We just doing it a different way. You know what I mean? We either got when we watch TV, we either got Comcast, DirecTV, or Verizon, Fios. We got one of the three. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody doing nothing different, unless you got some bootleg shit. Anyway, I just like to say thank everybody for listening and joining us, and thanks for sticking and staying. I'm Poppa DD, and that's it for me.
What you got, Redwine?
This is Redwine, and I just want to say shout out to everybody for listening. Special shout out to Lena Chanel, who's working on her album. She is closing in on getting it wrapped up, and we are looking forward to that. Shout out to Lynette Tichelle, who's working on a new film project called Illicit, and that will be out soon, I hope to see, probably around spring, early spring. So she's been working on that, and they are really getting it in. They got Vivica Fox and one of the guys who I can't think of his name, who's in Arrow, the show that's on the WB, I think, series Arrow. So they've got a lot of people, a lot of good heavy hitters. And I just want to say to the producer of The Wiz Live, really? That's all I'm saying, brother, really?
Jerk off.
That's all I'm saying. Well, I love you guys for listening and hanging with us. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And I guess we'll see you next week when I'll be on another rant. What you got, Kevin?
All right. Well, I want to give a special shout-out to our listeners and everybody who comes on our show and listens every evening. We appreciate you listening. I also want to give a shout-out to Mr. Chuck Hicks. He gives a yearly event at the White Mansion in Washington, D.C. It's called Chuck's Bread for the City for their Christmas toy and book drive. So either you come through with a $25 or more donation, or you come through with kids for the toys or books for the toys. So it's a great cause, and that's a yearly event. It's usually the first Friday in December. So it went on tonight, and I just want to give a shout-out to Mr. Chuck Hicks for that. Also, we had here at the event Dorothy Height's nephew. He's a vocalist and a DJ. His name is Royal Height. So a shout out to him. Thanks for coming through and giving us a little spiel on, things that you do also. So just get out there and support Chuck Hicks' organization. It's Bread for the Soul. That's every year.
Bread for the Soul?
Bread for the Soul, yes. Mr. Chuck Hicks.
Okay.
So
if anybody wants to make a donation to Bread for the Soul, can they just hit us up on apajamaparty.com?
Sure, they sure can. We'll have the information on there also. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
One last note. I just want to leave this with you guys. The enemy wouldn't be attacking you if something very valuable wasn't inside of you. Remember, thieves don't break into empty houses. You got a purpose. And that's Ketel.
All right now.
That's my last word. All right.
That's a good one.
All right.
Until next Friday, we will see you or talk to you next Friday night on the Pajama Party Show, apajamaparty.com. You can follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.com.
Yeah, that's for sure. And like I said,
they can reach us live.
That's right. 914-803-43. Don't be bashful. Call us. Say hello. The unification of people is going to be. That's going to from now through the end of the year. We're going to focus on unification of people. We really have to come together because we're all doing the same thing. We're all working, living, chilling, sleeping, whatever. We ain't nobody doing nothing special. We got money, please. People just living. Nobody's doing anything special. There's no special pockets in this world. Everybody's doing the same shiggity every day when you go home. We're just doing different ways.
Every day.
If we just land, if you got money, you land on a nicer couch. But everybody land on the damn couch. It don't matter. But anyway, another Friday in the books. Thank you, Ketel.
That's a wrap.
Thank you, Redwine.
You're welcome. All right.
All right. I got some
applications. Merci beaucoup.
We're hiring for two hosts for the Pajama Party. I think Redwine and Ketel's days are numbered. But anyway, you hear that from me.
Oh, you dissing us already, huh, Papa? We see how you work.
Oh,
you got to watch him.
Every now and then a brother got to buy a new pair of shoes. Anyway.
You watch him till I get back, Redwine.
Okay.
All right.
But thank you for listening, everybody. We're out.
Yeah, we appreciate it. That's
Good
all
night.
I have. Bonsoir.
That's it.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew.